Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
And we get the back view of him. And I mean, it's just a mega.
52 yards is a long shot. Magnum PI, what we named him. No idea.
Just a magnum.
Yeah, just a magnum.
Come on cam last year, we said probably 150, mid 150.
Yeah.
Same doe from the morning come out with that 9-pointer.
Here steps out this 90-inch 8-pointer. You're like,
I'm like, okay, well, there's still a buck back there grunting.
Yeah.
And then out steps like another 90-inch 8-pointer. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, deer, right there.
Yeah, like
and he's already
yards.
30 yards.
Yeah.
He was literally 5 yards from the base of the tree. Could have been, had a buck down at 1:40 in the afternoon, back there deep on public. 3 does come out pretty early. It was like 245, 24-yard shot, sent the combat veteran, and I tell you what, man, dude, it just smoked. We always get so jacked up when the other person kills. It's just almost like we got it done.
Yeah. And when you killed that doe, I was like, hell yeah, man.
And we come down here to Missouri.
I asked Comey one more time. I'm like, is it a good buck? And he goes, yeah, real good, solid buck. I'm like, all right, boom. And the deer just drops. Sure. Super special to me.
Whitetail Legacy Podcast, bringing you back to the hunt and leaving a legacy. Baller Rut.
This is the Whitetail Legacy Podcast coming in your ear holes with episode 4, day 3.
Does that make any sense?
No. Of This Ain't No Picnic. And today, I felt like we were on a picnic. We're just out there, not moving, same tree all day. Brutal. But let's get into the people that make this possible, and we'll get into the details of the day. Guess what cam Magnum was on?
I got a guess. Can I place a bet?
Yeah.
A trek.
On a track, man. Coming right out in front of the stand, hit the render, circled around, hit the trek. We got a real good idea of what he's got going on now. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Too much. We got a going away pick, side pick. Dude's got
semi-frontal.
Splits, extra points, split brows, a half-inch drop tine.
Are you calling that coming off his eyeball? Like, is that it?
That's a kicker.
You're just going to go kicker?
Yeah, I'm going to go kicker. Right. Yeah. Got a lot going on, but...
when we got Magnum on the render, we're like, oh, man, I hope he's on that trek because we just got a side shot of him, and he's kind of a taller deer. You know, he didn't really have his head down, and I was like, man, I hope he circled around and hit that trek, and he did.
Yep, he did. He was there.
Looking crispy on the trek.
He showed off for us, so... If you guys are looking for just a good solid cam that won't let you down for the 5-year warranty, the Trex are go-to. That's my favorite cam that they have, I think.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, let's get into what actually happened. So we went to the rut tree, the stand that we had an encounter with Magnum on November 9th. We had a slight detour this morning. We were going to hunt another spot. We got back there. The tree that we thought we were going to get into, we couldn't get into.
That's my bad. I'll own up to that.
So we made a move, and we went there. There was 4 other guys out there tonight with us, and they're kind of – the wind is kind of playing a factor with them hunting and us hunting. So we ended up seeing 2 small bucks and 4 does. We had some midday doe movement at 11 o'clock. 11:15, and that just, reinstates that we're right in the doe bedding where we need to be. If those does are comfortable getting up and moving at 11 like they were, we're right there in their zone where they feel good. And Magnum came up in there and, on the cam and just checked it, did a big circle. Probably hit that scrape on the corner right there.
Yeah, and that scrape's just popped up since the 16th.
Yeah.
Which, obviously a lot of them have, but...
Yeah, hit that scrape. And then rolled out. So he's just working the area, seeing if anything was prime, and we're in the zone. So what we decided to do was we had the same wind that we had this morning. We're gonna go back there and hunt again. It's gonna warm up here. Tomorrow's gonna be 30 in the morning, and then it's gonna warm up to like 70. So we don't want to burn that spot out. So we're gonna give it a hunt tomorrow. hunt it, see what we think. Might set all day, might not set all day. But if not, we're going to pull out, kind of hunt some edge stuff. The only thing about hunting edge stuff is you can't hunt Magnum. That's the only place that Magnum's at. And that that draw, that ridge.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Hey, which ain't even close to ag.
Yeah. So I don't know. But we did have Magnum daylight last year on today, and then we had West Side daylight tomorrow. But the temperature, it was 27
and 24
and 24, so it was big temperature difference. But yeah, today we set all day right there in the rut tree. That wasn't brutal. 1 to 2, 12:30 to 2 got me. I was like,
8:30 to 10 got me because I just needed that sun to get around.
Yeah, well, I was bundled up like nobody's business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we spent some money and got some excellent gear this year. Shout out to Last Breath for hooking us up on that, man. That stuff is a game changer. When you have good warm gear, you can sit out there, you're like, oh, I'm solid. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, second all day set out there. Tomorrow, like I said, we might move, we might not move. We have everything. This is a spot where we bike in a half mile, pack in a half mile, hang and hunt. You know what I mean? So we have everything back there. So we left all our cold gear, our bows on the ground, all the tree arm, the extra steps, everything's back there.
Everything.
So tomorrow morning, all we got to take is my bow and backpacks and food and rip back there. So it won't be as bad, but we'll have to make a decision. I just feel like going in there and pressuring it over and over with this warm. You want to be in the zone where he's at, but you don't want to blow all the does out entering and exiting
that he wants to be with. So we're going to fill it out. Go ahead. No. I was going to ask a question and kind of change it up, but go ahead.
I mean, if we have a really good hunt, we might stay and try it one more day, but that's probably going to be it. It's the last 4 days that we can hunt this place. It gets like really prime, and that's when we had the encounter with him last year. So we might sneak in for a morning. He's been there in the evening, though. You know what I mean? So we had him close to daylight on the cam in the evening, and then we had the encounter with him in the morning. But no West Side back there.
No West Side.
Not yet.
Not yet. I was just gonna ask you. So, like, most of the picks are in the evening there, at least on the trek. Like, I mean, is that deterring you from a morning back there?
No, I think those doe. We've had multiple does come in there in the morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just hard to get. I think it's hard to get in there and not bump deer.
Yeah, and that's why we kind of sit all day. 2 reasons we sit all day like that is because 1, we're just so damn far from the truck.
Yeah.
And 2,
once you're there, you're like, man, if I get out of this stand and walk out, I'm gonna bump something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we try to wait, hang out late, let them all get to the ag, and then we go. You know what I mean? But like I said, we'll try it one more day, see how it is. Then I mean, we got other bucks we could hunt, other spots we can hunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And try. But you're on the edge of like, do you just go in there and crush? You know what I mean? But 50 for the low and 70 for the high.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see him out there running around. Plus, the G3.
Definitely not midday.
The G3 buck's still there. The short time 10's still there. Crisscross is still in there somewhere. He ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That 8, the curled up 8's still there. So, you think that was a split 3 buck that we had on daylight in October on the render?
Yeah, I think it is. The one I showed you today?
He's solid, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him.
So, yeah, that's the rundown for tomorrow. Gonna go do another all-day set, possibly.
Yeah, just play it by ear.
Depends on what we got going on.
See what we're feeling.
If we probably will not move from there till at least 1. Because we had that 11 o'clock movement. I mean, if that doe that came from the west, if there was a buck behind her,
it would have been
lights out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was 10 yards.
Yeah, 10 yards in the ditch, and then she bumped up to 20 where you could have shot.
And then the other doe was probably, 35, 40?
35, yeah.
Yeah, if there's does, if the buck behind her, you know what I mean? And then we seen a doe early, a small buck. Then we had a spike buck come out this afternoon.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. So, gonna pack in there and send it again. That's all you can do. Put time in stand. Another all day sit, and if we don't sit all day there, we're gonna be moving and sitting somewhere else.
Yeah, we're gonna be out.
So that was the rundown. That's the game plan for tomorrow. We're not seeing very much rutting activity at all back there. I don't know if it's the full moon or the weather or what's got going on. That these does aren't heat around there, but we've seen 4 does, 1 with a yearling, and no bucks behind any of them.
Yeah.
So
one. Even that buck up there after that doe wasn't even really interested in, and he was a 2.5-year-old.
Yeah, he
most
went
likely.
in a different direction than she did.
So he wasn't even one to play.
So we're not seeing a lot of rut activity. We talked to a lot of people around here, and they're seeing really good rut activity. So that's why we might, we know it's good back there later, like the 7th, 8th, 9th. So we might hunt tomorrow. Back out. The only reason we're going back there again is because we had those daylight picks. You know what I mean?
I can only imagine probably the deer numbers to the south.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be an ass load.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to go get on some doe groups that we know ain't been pressured and hunt in there and hunt pickles and some other bucks that we got found that aren't as big as Magnum, but definitely aren't slumps. You know what I mean?
It's gonna take a lot for something to get bigger than Magnum.
All right, guys. Well, get out there, hunt as much as you can. Time to be in the stand is now, and we out.